If the last time guests stayed over, you heard, I think I can feel the floor, then well, it's time to upgrade. In this video, I am diving into the real-world guest-ready air mattresses that actually hold air, feel supportive, and won't make visitors whisper, "I should have booked a hotel." I've slept on, inflated, deflated, and stress-tested each one to see which holds up over multiple nights, which pumps are fast and quiet, and which models, feel like a proper bed instead of a floaty. Stick around because the top two surprised me, and the number one is the one I'd keep ready for last-minute guests without thinking twice. 6 is the Intex Air Mattress, the Dura-Beam series. Intex makes a ton of versions, raised, standard, comfort, plush, and the big draw is value. The Dura-Beam structure uses internal polyester fibers instead of old-school coils, and you can feel that grid support once it's inflated to a medium firm level. The flucked top has a soft velvety texture that grips sheets nicely, and for fast turnover between guests, that actually matters. No sliding fitted sheet drama at 2 a.m., thank you very much. Now, on the first night, I was like, okay, this is fine, firm, flat, plenty of space, and the built-in on some models electric pump gets it from flat to ready in a few minutes. You can dial in firmness by topping off for 10 to 15 seconds, which helps if a guest prefers a bit more lift under the hips. For a sub-premium price, the comfort per dollar is impressive, especially for the taller raised models that feel closer to a real bed height for easier getting in and out. But here's where the starts after a few nights. In my testing, some Intex models tend to lose a whisper of air by morning. Not a dramatic sag, but enough that side sleepers may feel lower at the waist by night 2 if you don't top off before bed. And while the Dura-Beam is better than older vinyl chambers, you may still notice a little edge collapse when sitting on the side, making it less ideal for older guests who need firm edges to push off from. 5. OhGeni Air Mattress with built-in pump. You know that feeling when you unbox something and think, oh, this is nicer than I expected? That was my first reaction to the OhGeni. The top is plush with a subtle quilting feel, the perimeter feels reinforced, and the pump is fast enough for a quick company-ready setup. On night 1, the surface feels evenly supportive and slightly cushy, good for back sleepers. Side sleepers might appreciate a little more give, but it's not bad. However, after rotating a couple of guests on it, a few quirks showed up. First, the firmness drifted overnight on my second test. Nothing catastrophic, but by morning 3, I was adding a 10 to 20 second top off to bring it back to that hotel-ish feel. Second, while the edge support looks beefy, it's more optical than structural. When sitting to tie shoes, there's noticeable roll-off. Also, the built-in pump is fast, but not the quietest, so last-minute top-ups in the same room can wake a light sleeper. That said, the OhGeni still offers solid comfort for the price, a smooth sleep surface that plays nicely with cotton sheets, and a quick, painless setup, definitely better than the average budget mattress. It's a good second guest room option or for short stays where convenience matters more than bulletproof long-haul durability. If planning a 5-night stay, plan to give it a brief nightly top-up and consider a thin foam topper for side sleepers who want that shoulder sink. Number 4. King Koil Luxury Queen Size Air Mattress. King Koil leans into the feels like a real bed promise, and honestly, it delivers a distinctly more structured, stable sleep surface. The raised height makes it easy to get in and out, and the top fabric has a premium hand feel with just enough texture to keep bedding in place. When I inflated it to medium firm, the spine alignment was excellent, no hammock effect, and even by the 3rd night, it held shape without that softening drift that cheaper models get. The pump is quick, and topping off is simple, which makes dialing in personal firmness kind of fun. I mean, not party fun, but oh, this is satisfying fun. The edge support is also better than most in this category. Sitting on the edge doesn't feel like sliding into the abyss, which guests notice when they wake and swing out of bed. For couples, motion transfer is reasonable. Airbags will always transmit some movement, but this one dampens bounce better than most. Now, a couple of practical notes. King Koil's upper surface is comfortable but slightly grippy. With crisp percale sheets, it's great, but with silky sateen or microfiber, you may need to tug corners back in the morning. And while reliability during my tests was strong, like any air mattress, temperature changes can nudge firmness. Cool night equals firmer feel, so tell guests to top up for consistency if the room gets chilly. Number 3. SLEEPLUX Dream Luxury Queen Air Mattress. Okay, this one surprised me, in a good way. SLEEPLUX's Dream Luxury has a balanced, tri-chamber style feel that distributes weight evenly across the torso and hips, which side sleepers especially appreciated in my tests. The top fabric feels ultra soft with a bit of cushion, so it doesn't demand a topper to feel comfortable. And it stayed smooth with standard fitted sheets, no midnight sheet wrangling. The pump here is fast, noticeably efficient, and a touch quieter than many in this bracket, which makes quick pre-bed top-offs non-disruptive if someone's already sleepy. I also liked how consistent the surface felt night to night. After 3 consecutive nights, there was minimal drift, and even when I deliberately underinflated it to test sag, it stayed flatter than expected across the middle. Edge support is solid, not couch-like, but much better than budget options, and sitting to put on socks didn't feel precarious. Couples reported a stable feel with less waves from movement than typical airbeds, and back sleepers rated it highly for lumbar support at a medium inflation level. Pack-up is straightforward, coils neatly, and the material didn't kink or crease weirdly after multiple rolls. If hosting friends who are picky about comfort, this one earns quick trust. It blends that hotelish plush with reliable internal structure, making it a very safe, very friendly choice for multi-night stays.
2. Vosser Twin Air Mattress. Now, I know, this is a twin, not a queen, but hear me out. As a guest solution, the Vosser Twin punches way above its weight for small spaces, kids' rooms, or when hosting solo guests. It inflates fast, rises to a comfortable height, and for a twin, the lateral stability is impressively flat, no canoeing in the middle. For short stays, this thing is like a reliable spare tire, compact, quick, and surprisingly comfy. In testing, I went in skeptical and came out kind of delighted. The surface is smooth with a lightly cushioned top, and the chamber design spreads weight so shoulders and hips don't sink unevenly. I did 2 back-to-back nights and woke without that stiff lower back airbed hangover. Edge stability is good enough to sit and stand from without drama, and the pump is snappy, great for late arrivals when someone just needs a real bed now. Noise and motion are minimal for a twin, there just isn't as much air mass to jostle, and the material feels robust for the category. Storage is easy, and because it's a twin, it's a zero-fuss closet resident that can be deployed in, 3 minutes? If guests often come one at a time, this is a smart, budget-friendly, space-efficient winner. If needing a queen, Vosser makes larger sizes with similar construction, but the twin is the sweet spot for practicality, dorms, small apartments, and kid sleepovers that don't end in, can I sleep on the couch instead?
Number 1, Airefina Air Mattress. And at number 1, Airefina. This is the air mattress that made me say, okay, I could actually keep this setup for a long weekend and not feel like I'm compromising. The Airefina's built-in pump is fast and smooth, but what really sets it apart is how consistent it stays over multiple nights with different sleepers. I inflated it to a medium firm and then basically forgot about it. No midnight sag check, no sneaky soften by morning 2. The top is plush without being squishy, and the internal structure provides that flat, supportive plane that's key for back and side sleepers alike. When side sleeping, the shoulder and hip sink just enough to keep the spine aligned, and on the back, there's no dip under the lower back. That's rare with budget or mid-tier models. The raised height is guest-friendly, easy on the knees, and edge support is confidence-inspiring. Sitting at the edge feels stable, not sloped. I also liked the acoustic profile. The pump tone is less shrill than most, so topping off, if needed, doesn't sound like a hairdryer in a tunnel. Packing it up is refreshingly simple. The material folds without feeling brittle or plasticky, and the storage bag actually fits the mattress, even if the fold is, less than perfect, because we all know the original fold is a myth. For couples, motion transfer is controlled and the mattress stays flatter under combined weight than many others I've tested in this range. Closing. If this helped, drop which one you're leaning toward in the comments. And if there's another model I should test, say the word, I've got the pump ready.